Hi, my name is Richard Bart, a co-founder of Kaironeek University. I am here this afternoon with my wonderful friend and student and colleague, Bobbie Bryant. I am just here this afternoon for myself and Bobbie to just have a natural conversation, and Bobbie sharing her experience that she have had with myself and the university, Kaironeek University, being a student. And just to begin, Bobbie, I'm gonna ask you to just introduce yourself to the people, tell them who you are and what you do. My wonderful friend and student.
Okay, hey guys, my name is Bobbie Bryant, and I own Better Life Real Estate and Financial Services. And I have owned the financial services part, which is a credit repair company, for over 5 years.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Bobbie, for the audience, we're in the credit repair industry, right? And one of the things with the credit repair industry is that the bar to get in is really low, but to really maintain a successful business is not really easy as it is with any other business. And for most people who see credit repair and believe it's easy, credit repair business is a hope business. We say hope because people come to you to give them hope, and as a result, that is based upon the knowledge that you can provide to them to transform and change their life. We have been working together for several months now. Could you just share what was your business like prior to working with me or becoming a student of Kaironeek University? Just give a brief overview of what your business was like, how it was like being a credit repair business owner and helping your clients.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So basically, I've owned the credit repair company for over 5 years, and I started the credit repair company to help my clients that I knew were just a few points away from qualifying for a mortgage, or if they came to me and we talked to the lender and the lender's like, they don't qualify. I just wanted to know more because I saw a need on that side of the real estate business, the credit repair. So for the past 5 years, like Richie said, it's kind of a low entry level to get into the business, but you soon find out that there's a lot of education that's needed to truly help your clients. And I would say that I struggled for the first 4.5 years, just trying to get the education to help people truly get their credit to where they need it to be, in a way where I know the laws and know how to help them. I had a lot of mentors, and I've learned a lot of the business side, how to run the business of a credit repair business, but I've never really found the right person before meeting Richie that knew truly consumer law and how to structure disputes to get deletion after deletion for my clients, and how to help them set up their credit profile in general. So I guess I would say, going back to that, as I had a business that was kind of very confusing, and now I feel like I've found structure of truly how to help my clients.
So basically you were you had the clients, you were getting results here and there, but you were struggling basically.
Yeah, I mean, we would send in letters month after month and maybe get a deletion or two. Since I've started with you, or under your mentorship, I get deletions every single round for almost every single client.
Mm. One of the things that we don't try to do, right? And I don't try to do because of the values that I have and because of the industry. The industry, there's a lot of individuals that are providing mentorship and are teaching. And a lot of people, because I speak to a lot of people all the time, and a lot of people are not as confident in choosing someone to help them because of the misinformation, a lot of misinformation and overpromising and all of that kind of stuff that is involved in the industry. What were you hoping to find, knowing all of that? Because you and I speak outside of school, so I kind of know your journey to a certain extent. But for someone that
Right.
doesn't know your journey, what were you hoping to find when you decided that I'm gonna trust Kaironeek University to help me? I'm gonna trust
Yeah,
Richard.
what I was hoping to find is what I did find was truly how to understand the business of credit repair contextually, to really understand how the system works and how to dispute in a way where I knew what I was talking about and knew how to use the laws. Like, I beforehand had been in all the groups, had other mentors, learned the business side of it, but I never have been taught or had the opportunity to learn that I've found a way to truly get educated on consumer law and how to follow responses from disputes from the bureaus or the furnishers.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, you said something that I wanna follow up on that you made. And you don't have to really name names because I don't like sometimes people naming names just for confidentiality purposes. But about how many you would say about how many other mentors are just say groups you attempted to be a part of just to learn so that you could take yourself to the next level before you trusted me, because I will use the word trust because that's the biggest problem we have in the industry is really finding someone that you can trust who will help you where their motivation is not just about money are making money. We're all running a business, and without money, the business will not exist. But there's a difference between being motivated by money and being motivated by providing value, which money will always follow. Once you have value to provide and you present it to the right people, you will always make money. And once you understand that, you never have to follow after money. So, about how many individuals did you actually, or groups, you would say you were a part of just trying to learn prior to
Yeah, I mean, I've
choosing?
been in 5 different mentor group type of situations, and I mean, I've learned something in each one of them. I just don't think that there's a lot of people or a lot of mentors that truly know how to teach the law, the consumer law, and the way that the bureaus work and how the furnishers work and collection companies work. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand the system
Yes.
at all. They have a business sense, but I have never found before you anybody that could teach me specific laws, specific disputing, and to truly have confidence to know that I know how to get just deletions from the letters that I sent and the wording that I put into the letters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Because what I see, and that is why I decided to start Kaironeek University to provide an avenue where people can really learn, right? There is a whole lot of different mentorships in the industry with very good people that will teach you the business side of the business. They will teach you how to structure your business. They will teach you automation. They will teach you how to gain client, and they will teach you how to make millions really fast. But there's not a lot of people who really, really have deep, deep in-depth knowledge about credit itself. And I'm not talking about now how to build credit and how to structure a credit report and how to allow somebody to move from a 400 to a 700 score. That's easy, 1, 2, 3. I am talking being a professional that is extremely knowledgeable, not just about credit to build it, but the laws that govern credit and the different things that you have to know to speak as a true expert. Because if you speak to someone that is in banking per se, they will be able to give you a whole lot of knowledge about banking. Somebody that is in life insurance, they will be able to communicate as an expert that has deep knowledge. But a lot of time, the knowledge that we have in credit, it's not deep scholarly knowledge, real expert knowledge, where you can have a conversation for 5, 6 hours about the laws that governs credit and really know. So we created the university to fill that gap because we believe in you really becoming an expert on the subject. So when you speak, you are speaking as someone that is extremely knowledgeable, not for boasting or to say I am, but really knowing the credit related consumer laws that govern credit and how to use them. Because what you will come to understand once you begin to learn those, they affect all kind of different areas of your life that you can really use and be leveraged from, not just with doing credit repair, but in all kind of areas. And it's not a lot of people in the industry that know that, and that is what that was the gap that we seek to bridge. Because there's a lot of people who will teach you the business and automation and the system. That's easy to find people to teach you that. But to really be confident and get real results, because you can make a lot of money in credit.
I was always missing that part of it, of getting true deletions and truly understanding how the system works and how to come back at the responses that the bureaus throw at you. And I've been in this for a few months with you, and when I first started, I was like, how does he know all this? But now that I've been with you and I've asked you so many questions, and you've taught us so much in our classes, I feel so much more confident. I feel, when I talk to people on the phone, and on the onboarding or when they have questions, I have so much confidence now that I really know what I'm talking about, because I see the deletions and I know they're going to come off. So I know with confidence, owning a real estate business, I didn't want to taint my real estate business by telling people that I can get deletions for them and get them into a mortgage when I could get some, but not like I can get now. So I know that my business is going to grow in the next year or two beyond belief, because I just have the confidence on the credit side, and I will be able to help so many more people become homeowners.
So let me ask you this, because piggybacking on your last question, you were a part of not just one, not just two, not just three, not four, but more. What made you decided? Because I am not someone that really push myself online. I am not all over the place. If you are not in a very small circle, you would not know who I am. And I don't present you with the cars. I do not talk about anything that I have accomplished. I don't have those conversations. Not because I have not accomplished anything, but I just don't believe that will be valuable for you. I motivate people, yes, but through different avenues as opposed to showing things. So I'm not showing things. I'm not telling you anything about what I do on the back end. But after you begin to get to know me, you will know if I have things or if I know anything. I don't have to tell you that, you will know that. So seeing that, for the most part, that is what individuals use. And I am kind of an iconoclast where this is concerned. I go against what the traditions are. Iconoclast is someone who breaks tradition and break up things that go. And I am anti a lot of what goes on when it comes down to marketing and branding, just because of how I approach things. Seeing that I am that kind of person that is very low key, introvert, what caused you to decide to come to Kaironeek University? And I must say this before I go. You are actually my first student. You are my first student, and you will forever hold a special place in the relationship that we have in the university. For those who don't know, I memorialized you in one of the books. They will have to buy them to know which one and all of that. So you will forever be tied to me wherever it goes. What was it in that initial moment that caused you to decide, say, you know what, seeing that I have been through so many programs, I am going to choose to study with Richie at Kaironeek University, and you were my very first student.
Yeah, so Richie, over the last 5 years and having different mentors, and after a while realizing that they don't really know a lot more than I do, or I've learned from being in groups and having mentors.
Yes.
I was looking for someone that was talking about something specific and something that had to do with consumer law, and I just knew when I saw you do your posts, it was just a feeling that I had just based on the questions I would ask you and the way that you would respond. It wasn't like, oh yeah, here, sign up and give me your money and, we'll get started and yeah, I'll teach you whatever. I truly had questions about consumer law and told you that I'd already been through mentorships that, taught me the business side of it. And that's not what I was looking for. And I think because you weren't like pushy and I knew by just talking to you that you knew what you were talking about. Mm-hmm. And I knew that you knew how to get deletions and knew the law. I just did, just from conversating with you. So yeah, I think it was a gut feeling. And
there was also a gut feeling and what you see me. Okay. Not being someone that was just trying to get you to give me your money or anything like that. So that was what allowed you to make the decision. So let me ask you, did you regret making the decision?
No, not at all. I think you might regret having me come on because I don't feel like I pay you enough, but
which most people, right? And I'm gonna touch on that later. Most people don't really understand how underpriced the university is in terms of what I be to you once you're a student.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't pay me for the amount that I dedicate to you with what I charge. But most people see a bar. But we'll touch on that a little bit later. I want to come back to that. So let me ask you this. The university official launched in August, which is roughly 4 months ago, roughly. Now, so we are going into almost 16 weeks.
I can't believe it's only been 4 months, honestly.
Yes.
I feel like I've had like years worth of education.
Which is true because I condensed all that took me years to learn and is packaging it to you and teaching you it week by week. I'm teaching you things that I take to learn months. So I'm kind of fast pacing your knowledge and your learn. What is it that basically stood out to you the most about the teaching or structure of the university? What stands out to you the most? It could be one thing, it could be multiple.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, what stands out the most to me is that you know what the hell you're talking about. I mean, you are educated in this industry. I can ask you any single question and you know it. I mean, you don't have to go to a book, you don't have to look it up. You just, on the top of your head, you know it. So that makes me feel confident just in general. Okay, that just makes me feel good in general. But because you teach us the cases, and you teach us like how the system works.
Yes.
And then you're leading into how to dispute. It's just you teach us the entire process of credit disputing, the bureaus, the furnishers, just every single thing that there is to do with it. So when we start to think about disputing, which is what the point is, because we help our clients,
yes,
we have all the knowledge of how the whole system works. So we put things together. We can analyze things and put them together of how things, the process of things work. So we come up with this. I mean, I still need help from you for the dispute letters, but I'm getting pretty good. I've done the last couple.
You don't really need help from me based upon where you are and what you have been doing, because you have been getting a whole lot of deletions. We are just partnering and working together because that's what comes.
I think I'm just making sure.
Yes, you have me to just sign off and say, yes, we're gonna do this. Because one of the things that I have always done, not just within the credit setting, but anytime I teach anyone, at the outset, they usually don't really like what I'm doing because they don't feel like it's necessary. But as I tell them, trust me, and you will see that it's necessary. And as you go on, you really start to realize that, oh, this makes sense why I was learning this. And the reason why I always do that, I usually tell anyone that I teach, whether it's in credit or any other year, the other years that I teach, I am going to get you to know what you are seeing when you see it. So once you see something, you know. So that is why, as you said, you learn the bureaus, how they behave. You learn the furniture, how they behave. You learn debt collectors, how they behave. So once you see the behavior in a dispute letter or the answer that comes back, you know exactly what you're saying. For you at this point, just from August to now, when you see the V word that terrifies most people in the industry, verified, you are not afraid, because the content of the letter will tell you whether you have the upper hand or not. That word don't scare you.
Yeah.
What is
I'm almost excited to see what they got to say. I know
what they have to say that explain how they reach that conclusion. And that can only be done when you understand what this how they do business. If you don't understand that, you will never know what you're seeing. So let me ask you this, because this is interesting to me, because as we learn and it's on a journey, sometimes things stand out to you. Is there a moment where you look and said, no, this is different? Is there a moment or moments like that that you had after you begin that stand out to you that you remember?
Yeah, when I get deletions, the first couple of rounds that I sent off with you, I had actually outsourced those couple of clients with somebody else. And when I did my first round,
not that you did just outsource them. You have been outsourcing them for months.
Yeah, for months.
And that's because even though you were running the business and what you have been learned from the other 5 mentors or groups that you were in, your confidence still was not where it was. So you outsourced some of your clients so that you see if they would get better results. And nothing.
And they did exactly what I had done before.
We're not going to call any names. No. But some of the people that you outsource with make millions.
Yes.
You understand? So what was that the moment? Continue where you left off. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, the first thing that I remember was like, oh my God, I'm getting deletions. Like, why was I not getting deletions before? I mean,
that's the same accounts.
Same people, same account. So that was the first thing. I was like, oh, this guy, like, I knew you knew what you were talking about, but when you get true results, then you're like, oh, hell yeah. I found the gold right here. I found it. So, I mean, I already knew that you knew what you're talking about, but when you see the proof in the pudding, as they say,
yes,
then it makes you go, oh yeah.
So yeah. that is why I said I never tell people about what I do. I don't discuss clients. I don't discuss anything unless I'm giving you an example. I do not discuss any of that, and I will always do that, because what I want it to be is for you to prove for yourself whether what you are learning, because somebody will tell you, I have 1,000 clients. And then when you do what they tell you, you go nowhere. And you're wondering, but how is it that you're saying this or you're showing me this, but I am not getting this? And what we do teach you also here is to tell you and teach you that it's not magic, and be prepared to be violated by the bureaus and the furnisher. And don't worry about that. Just worry to know if you are right, because that is the key. And once you know that, then that becomes the game changer.
And now that you said that, when I send my dispute, because it seems to you get the same verified and same excuses coming back from the bureaus for all the clients, you know, if they're not deleted. And so you just are like, well, that's not right. I know that's not true, because when you learn truly what's going on, then you know you're right. And all you have to know is that you send the next letter saying, well, good try, but no, that's not right. I know how the system works, and I know the laws, and you can't say that.
And I know what you are saying.
Yeah,
I know what you are saying, and I know what's going on the inside where you are, even though I'm not there, just from the content of your letter. I know exactly what's going on back there. And that is not something that is really known by a lot of people in the industry, where they can look on a letter and know exactly where the furniture position is.
Yeah.
And that is something that I ensure that I teach you, so that you actually know. And we don't just teach you now, we teach you the system and patterns of behavior. There is a lot of times I hear individuals say this. Even just this week, I was reading a post in the circles that we move, and someone was saying, you don't need to learn the laws. You don't need to learn the laws. And there is a contrast between factual disputing, Metro 2, and then we would say consumer law. But as you know, for me, as I teach, Metro 2 is an offshoot of fulfilling the requirements of consumer law. Factual disputing is basically consumer law, but you're just approaching it from one particular perspective. And from you being here in the university, you know that there are many ways to dispute and to approach the account just from knowing the context of the account. But that's something different. The people usually say to someone that is coming in, or even someone that's seasoned but that is not as knowledgeable, you don't need to know the laws. All you got to do is pay attention to A and pay attention to B. How has learning the laws, right, the FCRA particularly, and the FCD and the FDCPA, change your confidence?
Oh, completely. Because I know what the laws are. So I know when they try to say certain stuff, which the bureaus think that most of the people disputing, most of the consumers are dumb, most of them are, or dumb as far as credit repair and the
knowing their rights.
Laws.
Knowing their rights.
Yeah, so they throw back anything, and I'm just learning to be like, wait, huh? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Learning, because I know the laws and I know how the system works, I know that they're not telling the truth. So if I never learn the system, never learn the laws, I could be throwing out these letters, but not truly understanding the process or what it means.
Because, for example, we had a situation, I won't get into the details of it. You and I have a case that we worked on. And the claim that the person was making from the law, what they're telling us, why they're doing what they're doing, we know it's a contradiction of the responsibilities that are on them in the law. And we push back at that just from what they're telling us. And their letter looks really fancy and it sounds really good. But we know that what they're claiming is in contradiction of the responsibilities and the processes that they should follow under the law. So would you say, if someone really want to get far into credit repair and truly be an expert, not just about making money, but really have their feet 10 toes down with no obstacle, would you say it's necessary to learn the law?
100%. And maybe before I started in the university, I would have said, nah, but I was always looking and hoping to learn something else so I would truly know credit repair and the laws. So I say, yeah, 100%. I don't think that you can be successful as far as getting deletions and knowing what you're doing unless you learn the laws.
And the laws, for those who don't know, we say the FCRA and the FDCPA because those are the primary, but in what we teach in the university and what we are doing, myself, Bobbie, and others that come to me, or if you read my books, I am not just working with those two laws. We are doing a whole lot of different things with different things, and we're getting the deletions because of the diversity that comes with knowing the law. So let me ask you this, and we are going to wrap up shortly because I don't want to keep you too long. I don't want to keep you too long, but let me ask you this. What makes Kaironeek University different from all that you have seen so far in the industry? Because I don't want to say all that's in the industry because you have never encountered everyone in the industry, and I don't want to be unfair as if we have seen everyone else. But
I would say that you are the person who makes it different to start with because you have integrity and you have knowledge and you have passion. And yes, you can tell that in everything that you respond with or every question that everyone has. Like that's just the foundation of your university, which pushes everything else.
Yes.
So that's what I would like to say.
That is different. All right. So let me so now that you're on the inside, there's a lot of people on the outside. I might look on, as I said, I am not one that is out there showing my Lamborghini or my Bentley or my Rolls Royce. Not as though I have a Lamborghini or Rolls Royce.
Right.
Or showing the things that I have. But people might be looking and saying, I wonder if I should take that. What would you tell someone who is hesitant about joining? From your experience now, being on the outside, who were once hesitant and was searching just to find the right help, what would you tell someone if they would need to hear?
So, I mean, I've told many people this just because I know that people need what I've found. Yes. So I'll say that first. But if you're truly looking for someone who can teach you the education that you need to be successful and help your clients get deletions and help their credit, you are, Richie, are the one. Your university is the place that is different than every other place that I've found, and I've been searching for a very long time. I'm very grateful to God. I prayed so many times to find the person.
You make me want to cry.
I'm not trying to make you cry. It's just like I feel like I hit the jackpot. I mean, I feel like I've been searching for so long and praying and please, like I need something to give me the confidence to help my clients. Please help me. And I found it, and I try to tell as many people as I possibly can on all the groups that I'm in. I see people struggling with credit repair, and I've been there and I know what it's like. And I try to reach out to as many people as I can to let them know that I found what you need. I promise you. Yes. But you know, I understand. I've been through mentorships too, so I understand that it's hard to trust and it's hard to know. But
and one of the things that is a barrier to a lot of people, right? And I have thought about this because I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. And almost anything that you will ever read that I write and what I even have up, When you come to know me, you know that I'm not lying in what I'm saying. After you start to experience me, all the testimonies that are there that tell you how demanding I am as a mentor and how I don't lower the standards, and all of those things, they are true. All of those things are true because I want it to really feel like a university. You have a lot of readings every week and a lot of readings to prep for class every week. We come, we lecture for 2 hours or more every week. And outside of those lectures, you have one-on-one time with me. You send the questions, you text, you have real access to me. It's not just mentorship where you don't have access. You have real access.
Probably more than I deserve.
Probably more than what you deserve.
Yes.
Because I make myself available to really help and just to be there for my students to ensure that they basically get what they actually need to be successful in what they want. But one of the things that I have come to also realize, and I want to make this announcement official here because I have been teasing it, but I have not really put up. One of the things that I come to realize, a lot of people come into the industry and sometimes they're starting out, they spend all that they have to get up and running. They don't have any money and they're struggling and they want the help because they go through a challenge, they go through a few things and it's just not enough. They buy courses and it's just not enough. They take mentorship, but it's still just not enough because of, as I said, the shallowness of the content that is being presented. And the university originally, and it will eventually go there, is $5,000. But I cut that into half, 50%, $2,500, and you pay $79 a month. But people are still on the fence and struggling because they say, I don't know if I want to trust someone to give them that amount of money, even though there's installments and all of that. So what I have been working on, I have been thinking about this for a while, but you even came to me and said, Richie, because of in our personal conversations, people really need what you have. But a lot of people, because of the distrust in the industry and because they feel like it's regurgitated information, they are struggling to pay the 2,500. And I say, you know what? That is true because of the industry and everyone is a mentor. And when you go, it's the same information being regurgitated and you're not getting any depth. And as a result, I said to myself, I have to try and help more people and adjust and get them where they can succeed until the time come where they can afford to probably join the university. So I have officially decided to launch a school community. We have Kaironeek University, which is extremely intensive, a lot of reading. You will learn so much there. And I said, you know what? People need to learn the core. And if they learn the core, they can do a lot of damage just the same. So I just want to officially announce right here, right now in our interview, and I choose you to be here with me to do this because of our journey and because of how your life have been transformed. And you were one of the persons that, apart from me having it in my head, because I have a blueprint that I'm working with, and something like this was a part of it, but you encouraged me to even fast pace it. And I just want to officially announce the launching of our school community, the Kaironeek Study Circle.
People are lucky.
What you will get in the Kaironeek Study Circle is this, and I just want to give a brief overview. I will focus in that study circle on the study of the FCRA and the FDCPA. And I will make sure you understand them. There's levels to understanding them, and I will get you to the point where you understand them. The university is still more intense. It's really more intense because there's levels to these things. But I will, opening, we are going to launch that community by at least the third Tuesday of December. We're going to launch that community, the Kaironeek Study Circle. We will be studying the FCRA, the FDCPA, and as needs be the important cases that you would need to understand the law. We will meet bi-weekly for classes, and this is important. We will meet bi-weekly on Tuesdays from 8 o'clock to about 10 o'clock, 2 hours, just like the university. In addition to that, even though we're meeting bi-weekly, every week you will still have homework. So you are not off the hook. The bi-weekly is just the live classes. One Tuesday will be dedicated to the FCRA, and one Tuesday will be dedicated to the FDCPA. And make it where it can help as many people as possible. But here the kicker, and here the beautiful part. You don't need to have a lot of money to be a part of this. To get in for the first 20 people. After 20 people, it will go up because we know the quality of what you will learn. The first 20 people, it will cost you $297 for your admission fee and $69 for your monthly subscription. It's a monthly subscription, and it will be $69 a month. Once the first 20 people sign up, the price will be different. Those who are on the fence, this is your opportunity to get the help that you need. If you are not in the first 20, you are going to pay more money, and you will realize that this is a steal because you have community that you are paying $200, $300 a month, $100 a month, that you're not learning what I will be teaching you. And even when the laws are taught, it's usually section and fragments of the law. I don't do that. I teach you the whole law so that you understand the totality of the law and understand to think in what our motto in the university is contextually. Learn to think contextually so you understand what you are doing based upon the cases that you have before you. So this is the announcement of the official launch of the Kaironeek Study Circle. All you need to begin, $366. That's all it is to begin, and then you do $69 a month. After that, we will meet twice per month, live classes, but every week you will have assignment to complete. You will have discussion board where you can speak to your fellow students and interact. You won't have one-on-one access with me. That is for the university. The university students have one-on-one access, and that is why they pay what they pay to be there. But if you pay attention, the university is just, the subscription is not far off. Once you get in, and that won't stay where it is either for a long time. I am just trying to help as much people as it is. The university right now is 50% off. But Kaironeek Study Circle will officially launch on the third Tuesday, the last Tuesday in December. This is your opportunity to get in. The first 20 people, you get in at $366. After that, the price will go up because you will see the value that I am actually giving away what we have over here for that price. All right, so I just wanted you to be here with me, Bobbie, to do this because you were very instrumental in just allowing me to fast track what I had in my plans, because you see the value that we have to offer, and you know that businesses can be changed. There's enough people to teach you how to scale automations and all of that. There's enough people to do that, but there's not a lot of people that will teach you the kind of depth that we are doing over here. And a matter of fact, a lot of the documents that we have here, no one else in the industry have them. They
never even heard of them, and been
never ever heard of them.
For
exposed to them.
More than 5 years now. Yeah.
All right, my beautiful friend.
All right.
It was a pleasure here. I thank you for being here with me, and that the students may come to know who you are, and you will forever be tied to me. You were the first student who trust me to be your mentor. Not the first student in life, but in Kaironeek University, because I have been mentoring people for more than a decade in different areas. But we want to make a difference in this, and we started the university to help credit repair companies to make a difference and to help their clients change their life and inform their life. And I thank you for sharing with me and sharing your testimony to the world to allow them to know what you are enjoying being a student in the university. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good.